Okay, in the last video we looked at website conversions, and now in this video I want to take a look at phone call conversions. As I mentioned in the first video in this section, telephone tracking in Google AdWords has come on leaps and bounds. This means that you can track much more than you used to be able to do. The click-to-call tracking from mobile ads is much better. You can now track phone calls on site, and I would highly recommend that you definitely implement every single telephone tracking strategy that's available to you. Now, you may be thinking that this is not going to be your main conversion point. Perhaps you're selling a product on your website. Even so, you definitely still want to track phone call conversions. At the end of the day, the more data you get in your account, the more conversion data you get, the better you're going to be able to optimize your account in the future to make it more profitable. Okay, so to get started, we're going to come up here, click on select. As you can see, we get a few options now. We can select calls from ads using call extensions. Now, if you remember previously when we've set up call extensions and when we've set up call only ads, there was an option to select the conversion action. This would be where you could set that up. So for example, if you wanted to change the duration to 30 seconds or 2 minutes or any other time duration that you wanted your calls to count as a conversion, this is where you'd do it. The next option is calls to Google forwarding number on your website. This is where you're going to add a little piece of code to your website that's going to change your telephone number on the site to use a Google forwarding number which you can track. And the third option is clicks on your number on your mobile website. So this is where you'd add a tag to your mobile site to detect when someone clicks on your phone number. Now in this first video, I'm going to click the call from ads using call extensions and click continue. I'm going to call this click to call 30 seconds. I'm going to click done. We want to enter how much each call is worth. Now this is entirely up to you. You have to decide how much a telephone call is worth to you. You could do this by figuring out how many calls you have to receive before you actually make a sale. Then you could divide the value of the sale by the number of calls. Or alternatively, you could just not assign a value. This is going to be entirely up to you, and it's going to really depend what you value the call at. So just to keep this video simple, I'm going to add a value, and I'm going to say £20 per call. Click done. The call duration, obviously we're setting up the click to call 30 seconds here, so I'm going to change that to 30 seconds, and as you can see it was already set on 60, which is the default. So we'll change that to 30, click done. Now as you'll see here, the default on this one is unique. You'll remember when we were setting up the website conversions, the default was all. Now the reason for this is sometimes if somebody calls you, they may call back shortly afterwards. If we use our locksmith campaign as an example, somebody may ring because they're locked out of their property. Then they may ring back 30 minutes later to see where the locksmith is, how far away he is from getting to them. So generally, it's going to be best to leave this unique. So we're just going to click done. Next we have the conversion window. And again, we have the option to increase this. Now this time it only increases to 60 days. But again, I generally find that 30 days is fine, so we'll leave that. Click done. The category, I'm going to leave that as a lead, because essentially most phone calls are going to be a lead. Again, obviously you have other options here, so a purchase sale, a sign up, or a lead. Okay, so we'll just leave that as lead for now and click done. And then again we have the optimization option, which I'm just going to leave on for this conversion, so we'll click done. Save and continue. And as you'll see here, you've almost finished. To finish setting up this conversion action, you need to edit the settings of any call extension you want to track. Okay, so we're going to go to call extensions. And here you can see the call extensions that we've set up earlier. As we know, these are actually set up at the default duration, which is 1 minute. So to change that, we're just going to come down here and click on the little edit icon here in the corner to open this call extension up. Again, we're going to click edit here. And we're going to scroll down to the bottom. As you can see, the default is call from ads. Now when we click the drop down, you're going to see the new conversion action that we've just set up, which is click to call 30 seconds. So we'll select that and save. Then we'll go into the other version, the desktop version, scroll down again, and we're just going to do exactly the same thing and change that. So there you go, it was very simple. We set up a new conversion action there with new duration, and that means that all calls now are going to be tracked as a conversion if they last over 30 seconds. This is going to depend on your business. You may want this to be a longer period of time. Perhaps you want to change it to 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. This is entirely up to you. However, one thing to bear in mind is the shorter duration you have for a conversion to be counted, the more conversion data you're likely to get in the account. So providing you're not getting a lot of bad calls, I would recommend usually leaving this at 30 seconds because there's going to be a lot of instances where perhaps somebody has to ring back or somebody's just making a quick inquiry. These are still going to be good calls potentially, so just bear that in mind when you're setting this up. Okay, so that's it. That's how we set up click to call. In the next video, we're going to be looking at on-site call conversions. So I will see you in the next video.